Hey there, we're going to cover a duplication glitch that still works as of recording this anyway, in version 1.1.2 in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. It's really easy, and it still works in the older versions if you decided not to update your game. No telling when Nintendo will patch it, but as of now it works. Now it does have some prerequisites, but those prerequisites are pretty light, so we're going to cover those. I'm Solace, this is Solace and Dread. We produce reaction videos as well as analytical content primarily focused on Nintendo, Square Enix, and Capcom publications. If you want more like this, consider subscribing. Your prerequisites: you need 10 hearts, you need a multi-shot bow, so like a Lynel bow or a duplex bow. You can even use a red Lynel bow, which they're really easy to kill. You can get one of those guys up in the Akala region, up in the canyon that's due north of the Akala stable. Those guys will drop a ×3 bow, but the best is the ×5 if you're able to take down a silver Lynel. Lastly, you'll need to start doing a mainline quest, which we're going to cover how to do that, but you don't need to do any of the other quests leading up to that. Pretty much as soon as you have 10 hearts, you'll be able to do this. All right, first thing you want to do is come to Joju Shrine at Lakeside Stable. Right? You're actually trying to head up north towards Korta Lake. So just jump out, hop on your paraglider, and float north. Now, change to your Zora armor so you can swim up the waterfall that you'll eventually see. You'll see a sky rock fall as you approach. Hop on that, use recall, and take that to its highest point in the path. At this point, you're going to want to change out of any metal gear. Fly towards Dragon Head Island. Now, as you fly in, like just so it happened to me, you're going to lose all visibility. So as you float in, make sure you pin the structure you see there, because you can see it for a few seconds before you lose visibility. When you approach and you start to see all the swirly stuff that looks like a galaxy, you know you found the spot. So hop on in and get the shrine. Now you might as well do it because it gives you a diamond, and I know most of you watching this are going to use it to dupe diamonds anyway. Now you're going to push through this door down the path that's clearly lit. You need 10 hearts. This is exactly how many I had, so I was able to do it. 10 hearts, and you can open the door. Now I'm going to tell you now that you will start doing some spoilery stuff, some main story stuff. This is a main story quest. It's not big, but it is enough to tell you where you need to go next. But follow this to highlight exactly where you're going to go. That beam of light is shining exactly where you need to go. So take that mask down to that point. Once you do that, you have access to this chasm. So you're going to walk in where the scene took you. I set up a fast travel medallion so I could come here easily. You could even set up a fast travel medallion on the spot, drop into the chasm, and start to walk towards the depths hole. So as you approach, you're going to see that the depths hole, once you get closer, you can actually check, you can watch the mini map. You'll see that the environment starts to change. It actually turns blue, and if you watch the mini map, you go far enough, you're technically in the depths. So this is actually where you want to be. Now I would recommend getting a lot closer. That way you're basically shooting from one area of the game into the next. I first did it a little further back, but I had 8 lizard tails upon firing. All right, I used a multi-shot bow, a Savage Lynel bow that had 3, a multiplier of 3. And you see how they're kind of floating in the air there? So once you put up your shots with all of your lizard tails or whatever it is you want to duplicate attached, you walk forward and you'll collect. They'll fall out of the air and you can grab them. Now, if you're too far back, they'll start to slide down the hill. So start grabbing them quick. But that should be exactly what you need. Now, I ended up adjusting my spot, and I moved it a little bit closer. This is exactly where I stood, and I marked it with a star. Basically, when you start to see that the environment's foggy and turns blue, that's when you can turn around and fire back up the hill. So let's do this with some fire lizard tails, and these should stay up on the hill. This is as close as I got, and it was exactly what I needed, but you might be able to get even closer than I did. Careful not to do more than 21 lizard tails or whatever it is you're duplicating, because then they'll start to despawn. Go grab your tails, and you're done. I went from 21 to 29. It's that easy. And you can do it with anything you can fuse to an arrow. And that's it. It's pretty simple. Now, I didn't do the first duplication glitch pre-patch. I had the sense of honor about it, but as I'm traveling later and later into the game, I'm starting to really get frustrated with the drop rate for Lizalfo's tails. And because of that, I said, I'm done. I've gone through a marathon of killing 20 in one pass through the desert, and I've gotten one tail. That gives you an idea of just how bad it is. And some of these sets, to upgrade them, it requires 30 tails. And I don't have the patience to do it. I don't understand why they made the drop rate on the tails so bad, but it's one of my biggest pet peeves with this game, is how things like that are making it feel very, very grindy. You know, I guess I hit my limit for how much I'm willing to put up with. So I would recommend doing it as soon as possible, and be sure to turn off your auto update if you want to maintain this, because I'm positive Nintendo will patch this. If you want more tips like this, or if you want more character driven stuff, we're going to be producing that stuff too. We're going to be talking about the game in general very soon. We're actually have a whole list of things we don't like about the game, as well as the things that we love. A lot of fun content around it coming. Feel free to follow us over on Twitter to keep up with everything we're doing, twitter.com/SolaceandDread. And of course, you can watch us play the game live over on twitch.tv/SolaceandDread. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon, and long live the Turtle Kingdom.